want you brothers, when you get a chance to go to HODC 12, they got some new, go to all their videos. There's about 197 videos. Now they got some new ones up. It's a series. It's called Tribulation. Tribulation 1, Tribulation 2. I guess there's like 10 of them, 12 of them or whatever. So I went on their damn site. I didn't have nothing better to do. I was going through all the other sites. So let's go on these, see what they pushing. I went to part 1, and they were talking about a 7-year tribulation. Now, how many of you brothers ever heard that in the church systems, if you went to the born again, the 7-year tribulation, where they're going to have the rapture, and then the Christians are going to be beamed up into heaven, but the rest of the people, right, they make movies on it, they got documentaries and all that, but the rest of the people are going to stay down here for 7 years, and it's going to be a 7-year tribulation period. Then it says, in the middle of that 7 years, there's going to be a pact that's going to be made with the Antichrist, but then he's going to go back on his word. That's all bullshit. That's shit that you get in them phony-ass churches and them movies and those books about the so-called born-again Christians and crackers. Well, anyway, they're reading these type of books, and then they're breaking it down like it's in the scriptures. Now, this is where they got it from. Go ahead, brother.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people.
You got a lot of people that quote this. That first of all, they stay away from this, right? Okay, name the scripture and read it. Listen good.
Daniel 9 and 24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people.
You have all kind of crackers that claim they know about prophecy and they wrote books. They wrote thousands of books on this subject about the 70 weeks. All right? Go ahead.
70 weeks are determined upon thy people.
Be a Christian.
All right, well, that's nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city, to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and the prophecy and to anoint the most holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks.
Go ahead.
The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war desolations are determined. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abomination he shall make it desolate, even unto the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate.
That's it, right? I read that once. Listen up. I read that once. Now I'm going to go back over it again and break it down. All right? Go ahead.
70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city, to finish the transgressions and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy.
Now, 70 weeks represent, but I'm not going to go into it fully. I'm just going to touch on it. The 70 weeks represent 490 years when you break it down. Like I said, I'm not going to go into it fully. It represents 490 years, about 500 years. Go ahead.
It says, know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem,
to restore the going forth of the commandment to restore and rebuild Jerusalem. Now, when you understand history, you go to the book of Ezra. Really, you got to read all the chapters of Ezra. All right? And then you got to read the whole book of Nehemiah to understand that history. That's why I'm not going to go really deep into it. But read that part again.
Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem.
Now the commandment came from Cyrus, then Darius, than Xerxes or Artaxerxes. When you read the history on that about Darius and Cyrus and Artaxerxes, it gives you more history. So the commandment came from them. Because Cyrus wrote a letter, a decree stating that the Israelites can rebuild the temple because the Babylonian Empire had tore it down. So after they came back to the land, Cyrus said, look, you can rebuild it. So after he died off and other men came, the guy that was around when they were beginning to build it was Artaxerxes. So he said, go ahead, you can go ahead and build it. So they had other nations saying, we want to build a temple with you and we want to worship your God. So basically they said, nah, this is our God, the God of Israel. All right, brother, the God of Israel. So you can't build with us. So what happened was they said, okay, since we can't build with you, we're going to go to court and we're going to cause Artaxerxes to stop the building. So that's exactly what they did. But the Israelites came back and said, look, Cyrus said years ago that we were supposed to build the temple, build the city again, and there's documents on it. It's in the records. So he said, okay, we're going to stop the building, then we're going to find the record. Then they found a record that he said, yes, the Jews are supposed to build the city of Jerusalem again. So when they found the record, they were able to build back again. All right? Go ahead.
No,
so the last commandment came from Artaxerxes, or Xerxes. That's another way of saying it, right? And this was during the period of about 445, 444 BC. Go ahead.
Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah.
Unto the Messiah is the Lord. So if you go back 445 BC and you go about 500 years in the future, that's when the Lord was on the scene. So that's what it's talking about. It ain't talking about no 7-year tribulation that's going to happen 2 years from now. Go ahead.
It says, unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks.
7 weeks and 62 weeks is 69 weeks, which is 490 minus 7. All right, go ahead.
It says, the street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times.
Now we're going to read about the troublous times. Let's go to Ezra.
Yeah.
You got it? You know what chapter? Right.
Whole chapter.
Yeah. We can get some points. Go start from the beginning.
Ezra 4:1.
It says, read that part again, the troublous times.
Okay, it says, the street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times.
Now let's find out what the troublous times is. Go ahead.
Ezra 4:1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity built the temple unto the Lord power of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers.
By the way, Zerubbabel, read up on Zerubbabel. Go to your Bible dictionary or go to Google and put in the word Zerubbabel and you'll get some of that history, right? Read it again, brother.
Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord power of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers.
Zerubbabel was the governor of Judah. He was an Israelite. Really, he was supposed to be the king. Go ahead.
And to the chief of the fathers, and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God.
These were the Ethiopians, different Arabs. They said, look, we want to help you build up your kingdom.
Right.
Go ahead.
Let us build with you, for we seek your God as you do. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur.
And they did do that.
Yeah.
When you read 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, you read how they worship the Most High. They worship Yahweh. But why did they worship Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai? Because the Most High brought plagues against them. Because if they was in that holy land, they better worship the Most High. They didn't worship the Most High because they wanted to, but the Most High sent lions on them.
Right.
All right, that's why they started worshiping the Most High. Go ahead.
Since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, you have nothing to do with us to build an house.
And we're saying that today. When Esau said, I want to be a part of this thing,